Kevin, that's funny. You don't have like a Kevin. You don't remember me, but we used to work together.
I never worked in a funeral home. There's something I can do for you, Slick.
Okay, straight to the point. You are a former agent of a top-secret organization that monitors extraterrestrials on Earth. We're the Men in Black. We have a situation and we need your help.
There is a free mental health clinic at the corner of Lilac and East Valley. Next.
Excuse me.
Hey.
20 Rugrat stems, please.
Elizabeth, the United States Postal Service hasn't quite kept up with today's youth, but I can offer you some nice Berlin airlift stamps.
No.
Opera legends.
No.
American Samoa.
No.
Amish quilts.
Sweetie, I'm sorry. Got a world to save here. There was no coma. It was all a cover.
Who are you?
Question is, who are you?
I'm the postmaster of Truro, Massachusetts, and I'm ordering you to leave these premises.
Okay.
Is that decaf? Sorry. All right, people, we have a breed sparrow cordon off this area. Billings, I'll have a full perimeter wipe down right here, right now.
Okay.
Farrell, get him off and escort all non-essential civilian personnel from this side immediately.
Yes, sir. Listen to yourself, Kay. Who talks like that? Oh! Why do you think you're so comfortable here? Just about everybody works in a post office as an alien.
It's all I need to get to where I'm going.
The smoking.
Oh, happy days, oh, happy days.
Now, how about that account? We have several different plans. Checking, savings and checking, CDs, savings and CDs, checking and CDs, savings, checking and CDs, T-bills. Or we could just take all your money and throw it in a big mattress back there. It's party time! P-A-R-T. Why? Because I gotta! roadkill. I think he wants to communicate. Hey, mister!
Got the time?
As a matter of fact, I do, Cubby.
You want to take him?
Look at that! It's exactly 2 seconds before I honk your nose and pull your underwear over your head. Get right up here! Don't be shy! Nobody likes a Beth Leatherhead! Move it! For my first trick, I'd like to do something for you, son. We have a giraffe. There you go, son. Now get out of here. You're bothering.
Thanks. Wow.
Now. Sorry, wrong pocket. For you, son. A little body English. A French poodle. Sorry, son. The dog was rabid. Had to put it down. And last but not least, my favorite. A Tommy gun.
With these powers, I could be...
A superhero! I could fight crime, protect the innocent. Quit for world peace! But first... Hold on to your lug nuts! It's time for an overhaul! Hold on, sugar. Daddy's got a sweet tooth tonight. Somebody stop me. Uh-oh. Can't make the scene if you don't have the green. I better make a little stop. Sorry, fellas. Way's not wanting them. Come on, dude. You're not on the list, you're not in the club, all right? Howdy! Are you on the list? No. But I believe my friends are. Perhaps you know them. Franklin, Grant, and Jackson. Hello! Club's closed! Move it! You think I'm joking? Come on! Move it! Turn it, get out of here!
Okay, Twinkle Toes. I want to know what my money is, and I want to know right now.
Okay. You've got 17.5% in T-bills amortized over the fiscal year. 8% in stocks and bonds. Carry the 9 divided by the gross national product. Fortunately, funeral bouquets are deductible.
Ice this deadbeat! Shoot him!
Hi, 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 hi.
Thank you very much.
You got me, partner. Pull me closer in. It's getting dark. Tell Annie M to little yeller out.
Tell Tawny Tim I will be coming home this Christmas. Tell Scarlet I do give it him. Pardon me. You love me. You really love me. You're not going anywhere. Hey, Calloway.
Drop it!
So you got a warrant this time? Or you just stopped by for a nightcap?
Police! Open up!
Oh my God.
Lipkin, I know you're in there. Open up! Hey, no. Stop it.
I'm coming! Okay, I'm coming. I'll be right there.
Let's go, work this, move it. Hi, Lieutenant. Listen, this isn't the best time right now. Won't you come in?
Why'd you come in? This kind of disrespectful things you do.
Where were you last night, Ipkiss? Here, mostly. Is something wrong? What do you know about this Mask character? Mask? Don't insult my intelligence, Ipkiss. He robs the bank you work in, and then I find this in the Coco Bongo. There can't be two idiots with pajamas like these.
Milo, no!
May I see those pajamas, Mr. Ipkiss?
Those pajamas were stolen.
Somebody stole your pajamas? I mean, what is the city coming to when a man's pajama drawer is no longer safe?
Huh?
Wow, look at that guy. Nobody's that fast at my bank.
I'll say.
I don't know, boss. That's one hell of a rubber mask.
What did the lab report say?
117391 Park Street.
Ipkiss! We have a crisis on our hands here, and you stroll in over an hour late? If I have to put up with your slovenly behavior, back off, monkey boy!
Before I tell your daddy you're running this place like it's your own personal piggy bank. Or maybe we should call the IRS and see if we can arrange a little vacation for you at Club Fat.
That'll be all, Ipkiss.
Genius.
See ya,
Open task manager.
Okay. You said Loki was a night god. Maybe it only works at night.
Mr. Ipkiss, I feel I should warn you that I don't work personally with really sick people. They're private institutions for things like that. However, if you would like me to arrange for a safe environment for you tonight, I can do that.
I've got to see Tina. But what do I do? I mean, do I go as myself or the mask?
If I tell you, you promise to leave my office right now? All right. Mr. Ipkiss, go as yourself and as the mask. Because they are both one and the same beautiful person.
Stanley? Stanley!
Hello, chérie. Où est Metagay? Is it fate? Is it meant to be? Is it written in the stars that we are destined to fraternize? I'd like to think so. Kiss me, my dear, and I will reveal my croissant. I will spread your pâté. I will dip my ladle in your vichyssoise. Oh!
She is so coy.
I love it. Our love is like a red, red rose, and I am a little thorny. Je t'adore. Je te window. I don't care.
This is Calloway. I need backup and I need it now.
Cigarette? No? Now, like Napoleon, I will divide and conquer. Ipkiss! Police! Merde. Freeze! Put your hands up.
But you told me to freeze.
All right, on freeze. You're under arrest.
No, it wasn't me. It was the one-armed man. All right, I confess. I did it, you hear? And I'm glad. Glad, I tell you. What are they gonna do to me, Sarge? What are they gonna do?
Sorry, son. That's not my department. Search him.
That's not my part.
Ow! Where's a camcorder when you need one?
Really big sunglasses,
White corn.
smallmouth bass,
Wow.
Bowling pin.
Yeah.
mousetrap.
Rubber chicken.
Little to the left.
That's it.
I don't know. The eyeball glasses.
I've never seen those before in my life.
Bazooka.
I have a permit for that.
Picture of Kellaway's wife.
What? Uh-oh. Margaret! You son of a bitch! Jeez, I figured you had a sense of humor. After all. You married her! Ah! That's gotta hurt. Get him! Doyle! Now you have to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do ya, punks?
Hey, mate the ball!
This guy's incorrigible. You were good, kid, real good. But as long as I'm around, you'll always be second best, see? Did you miss me? I guess not.
We talking about practice. Oh my God, we talking game what they wish it was. That practice. Practice. That's what Allen Iverson was trying to say. Practice. And then got them traded because we talking about practice. We talking about practice, y'all. It took you that long to say that? We talking about practice. We talking about practice. Not a game. Practice. We got one shot to chance. Practice. People trying to sound cool because of practice. Practice. They telling me this is what y'all. Okay, so you know we watch a little Hancock. Watch a little Hancock. Then
that is funny.
Then we watch some The Mask. And you know, we talking about practice. We talking about practice.
Everything I do.
We talking about practice.
Huh? Yours?
Golly. Who gets mad at practice? Niggas in the audience. We talking about practice, y'all.
I'm coming.
Look, we talking about practice. Practice, y'all. Not a game. Not a game. Because this is what they telling me. They telling me. That's what they telling me. Wait, that don't make sense in practice? We talking about practice, yo. We talking about practice. They don't want me to talk about practice. We'll leave practice. No, because it's not the game. Can you get one shot to chance? Oh my God, we talking about practice. You feel me? That's all I gotta say. We talking about practice. Everything else, you know. We talking about practice. Not a game. That's what Allen Iverson was trying to say. Like, he's sitting there, they asking him questions, and he like, you feel me? They waiting for him to be like, you ain't got any better questions? And he like, you know what? We talking about practice. And they done stunk up a whole cocky attitude on the teacher, the principal pet from Bethel High School. The nigga that's getting mocked for being the principal's pet. They hated him because he did everything the principal told him to do. And said a nerdy thing. We talking about practice. And then said the nerd is cocky. That nerd got We talking about practice, y'all. We talking about dude that sauced Michael Jordan in his rookie season got traded. Attitudes about practice. Ooh, get an attitude. The world is a mess. Oh my God, we talking about not, you can't, you gotta give the benefit of the doubt me being a stalker in practice. Who knows? No, practice is just someone says what and throws it to the rivals. Who the fuck is talking about sports? So how the fuck does authority practice? We just go out and wing it. We talking about practice, man. Practice, y'all. We talking about the old school methods. The ancient methods don't exist no more. In practice. Ain't that just lifting heavy weights? Oh my goodness. That is like a, cause look, this is what's happening. But nobody can believe. I'm just making a video, you feel me? Just making a video. Had my days. No, I didn't. I should be mad because you have to give the benefit of doubt of people betting against you tonight. If it was a game and this happened, you would be highly upset. You damn right. But you know, as long as the next generation can go on, I will be all right. As long as I got these people away from the next generation, at least I got the authority to work harder for the next generation. I will be that sacrifice. Literally. We talking about practice. Okay, so you know, we talking about ancient teaching isn't there no more, you feel me? We talking about, you feel me, ancient teaching, you know, ancient teaching of like humidity control, you feel me? In practice isn't there, you feel me? But you feel me? We talking about maturity, you feel me? We talking about ancient maturity, because you know ancient maturity is goddamn, if a nigga disrespect you, you swing on them, you feel me? You feel me? We talking about practice. I didn't talk about swinging on nobody. I'm talking about ancient teachings. So you know, to get away from swinging on people, it takes maturity, you feel me? But it's a two thing. It's not no, oh, you be the mature one, I be the stank one. We talking about practice. Stop talking about practice. I can talk about whatever the fuck I want to talk about. Niggas are on YouTube talking about whatever the fuck they want to talk about. Just because I hit the whole pinpoint of the subject like other people might do, you feel me? Other people might do, but it doesn't destroy the whole house. It'd be something to talk about. So, you know, I'm doing the same thing everybody do. But because it's devastatingly attractive, someone needs to argue with me. Okay, so here's the example of what will happen. Cool people read body language. People against you attack body language. So, you know, they might read your body language of, okay, but they're not trying to understand in a great way. They're trying to attack. So if there's an opening, you might, you feel me? We talking about practice now, so you know this don't exist in practice. In reality, it exists. You feel me? And this is reality though. But we're talking about practice. You feel me? Only one person has this practice, okay? And everybody else is like re-practicing for that too, because we can play with that practice. You feel me? You get what I'm saying? Because we're not talking about a game. Not a game now. Not a game where, like I said, ancestors left, descendants came in, kept the ancient teaching, and next, you feel me? Then ancestors started coming back while descendants started being born. And when descendants played, they'll play, and then ancestors will clean out the whole house. You feel me? Like, you know, so, you know, what we're going to hear is Allen Iverson didn't get a ring. Michael Jordan didn't score over 100 points. Wilt Chamberlain only scored 100 points. You feel me? That's, you feel me? That's the, all right, time to leave. You feel me? Practice. So, yeah. So, you know, that person forgot they thought practice and hoping that it's a goddamn brain damage to me by sensing that. So, that being said, you feel me? That's a great reason to not be friends with somebody. That's a goddamn war reason. But, you know, when people is pathetic, they're like, rage war. So, yeah. So, like I'm saying, so descendants had games, but to the ancestors, it was practice. So, you know, I'm not trying to say life is just practice, okay? That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the niggas saw the ancestor on all the descendants, and it deterred them noticing reality, right? So they, you feel me? So they started attacking that ancestor. So that's all we've been talking about. We haven't been talking about the games, you feel me? That they go against teams, win, and then a cold red, you feel that? Because that's what we're looking at, practice. A cold red swells up, and what they wanted Allen Iverson not to get. They wanted Allen Iverson not to get a ring. So that was, you feel me? And then people start oversaturating, like, Allen Iverson didn't get a ring. And Allen Iverson is just like, he's staring at him like, y'all about to say I didn't get a ring because y'all following my ancestors. So we talking about practice. We talking about practice now. Not a game. We not talking about all them games where I done scored 100 like Michael Jordan. We talking about practice. Where I showing all the times you told me to mess up my shot and I missed because I had to get home. So yeah. I just wanted to make a beat in the video. We talking about practice. So like I said, there's Shorty got a song called "What Is This? What is this? What is this? Tell me what is this?" Because you know, like I said, the ancestors always they use their senses. You know, they can develop technology, but they'll use their senses at technology first. So senses being so king, and you feel me? This is how people that suck at this stuff talk to people. You feel me? And be like, "Oh, someone's better than you," and that's what we talking about practice. And you know, when they find the better, they just try to stink on them and shit like that until the next better come. But yeah, so the people king their senses, and the humidity, they'll use their senses. You know how I could bend a spoon, you feel me, with my mind. They'll use their senses to make like not a force field, but you know, it's not synonymous to surveillance, to saying they can sense who's watching them and to stop watching them. So Shorty made us. That's what the song "What Is This" is about. Like before he did the music video, someone started following him, and then people was like, "Oh, I know that. Who is that? Who is that?" And then the person used telepathy. Is like, "Oh, that's me." He was like, "Oh no, tell me what is this? What is this?" New trip. And I like to find the things. They was about to be like, "Okay, when it's my turn and he's telling me to stop following him, you." What is this? We talking about practice, y'all. Not a game. Not a game. So yeah, that's what I was talking about, organized humidity and stuff like that, and stock and share. Excuse me. And you know, like I said, the world's co-read a lot because we're not even talking about ancestors. We're talking about practice. You feel me? We're not even talking about ancient teaching. We're not talking about people going outside. We're talking about practice. You feel me? And we've been talking about practice, you feel me, all the way to the last ancestor, you feel me, showing up, because, you feel me, that's the only one I could take on what they want to talk about with the first ancestor. And, yeah, we watched some Hancock and we watched some of The Mask. And you know, coincidence. So yeah, it's really crazy because everything that they're saying doesn't exist or hasn't been told about just shows you how badly they failed in life. You feel me? Because we talking about practice, you feel me? And you know, it's one thing to know the knowledge and then play dumb. It's another thing to not know it and I talk nothing about getting better. So, you know, we talking about practice, y'all. We talking about practice now. Because, you know, when you don't want to be a problem in the world, you feel me? Nor do you want people to stare at you in a weird way. You feel me? Nor cause trauma to someone that doesn't stare at you in the real, like they're not part of the circle or some shit. We talking about practice. And like I said, like the last ancestor, I was just visualizing the last ancestor that balled out. You feel me? So, you know, the last ancestor got the first ancestor to do the code red. But the last ancestor is who they had to go to talk about the code red. You feel me? Was the one where they could jump. You feel me? Ancestors and be like, yeah, he's the one handling the code red. And you know he was cold with it. You feel me? You feel me? The last ancestor. Well, every ancestor kept going. You feel me? But there was always that ancestor that was in front. And the last ancestor had the whole control, you feel me? The whole control where, you know, like I said, we talking about practice. And you feel me? Played sports, got them, did the mass type shit. Still came back to throw the ball like on Smallville, the Smallville part. Retired security so they can watch. So they just have to be a snitch. You feel me? And people been training to be able to be that cold. But you know, the last ancestors only had to do that when it became the you feel me, the Lost in the Street episode where, you know, you have to grow up someday. And because you know if someone helps you all the time, a loop might happen where you fall into where you can't be found. You feel me? So that's where the last ancestor, you feel me, was practicing for that loop to happen. And and I just, you know, the main thing for videos is why I don't really know what is a video chat, a time continuum video chat. Okay. So it's just like when people be talking and they don't be talking about nothing for the community, they just talking about how they hate authority. You feel me? They're like, man, authority came and beat my ass. But I guess that is kind of cool to have you feel me, if they playing like a sword game, a lightsaber. You feel me, and shit like that. And it's like, you can't, authority says you can't talk about lightsabers. You're not mature enough. And they keep doing it. And authorities show up. You feel me, like I was saying with the speed stuff. And then, you know, the only reason they can play the game is because, you feel me, you know how people talk, like I said, people talk about like Call of Duty and talking shit on the mic, and then they be like, you better stop for the SWAT show up. You feel me? And they be like, oh, yeah, fuck the SWAT. And then the SWAT show up and tell them, and then leave and tell them to bring the game back. And they just be trying to live off that they haven't brought the game back. And then when you feel me, because when you trespass, there's no mercy, and people start trying to put their emotions in no mercy. I'm trying to explain it. It's like their description of a virus. You feel me? Virus is more of a like police. You feel me? So their description of a virus, you feel me? You have to delete the virus, you feel me? With no mercy, you feel me? So, you know, people will trespass and, you know, you, like I said, get lost in the street loop. They'll be trying to stay in that type of continuum. And it's just like, well, you feel me? And so they might wait for a loop in their head to come out into the world, I guess, and think that they're in two places at the same time, and they're not. It's time. You feel me? If you're in the past, you're in the past to the future. So they'll stay talking and joking and chilling and stuff like that. And then when it's just like, it's an innocent no mercy thing. Like they be like, oh, you're not innocent, and then, you know, they'll go take back the game at that time. Like, I took back the game. But it's just like, So yeah. So you know, they'll get the game and then ready to wish all on the military work of the game. So the military will show up, you feel me, in an endorsement, and you feel me, make them play out how they would have played out the game without talking none of that ish and saying that's your whole common law, okay? When you go out of that common law of we just took you down and then made you watch you play out the game in a peaceful way. You feel me? Because you know the problem is people try to have thoughts and think that military are not on people's thoughts. You feel me? If I was thinking about swinging on somebody, it would be a thought in my head that someone can attack me with. You feel me? It won't be something out loud. It'll be a glow. You feel me? So you know the military raps. You feel me? And you know when they see that you can, I probably do enjoy this game if I wasn't trying to take over the world. They will rap all the shit of you wanting to take over the world, believe the common law of you enjoying the game, and make you play out the analog of joining the game and everything, and show you, and then bring back the rapper you talking about want to take over the world, and show you, look, if you thought it did this with all this, we would have beat you up, and then they'll come back, get the game, and then not follow their own proof of knowing that they're not being innocent. You feel me? And you know, we talking about practice. You feel me? And that's where the word God started really developing and dwelling. You feel me? All the attention got off of everybody and went on the generation of first ancestors. You feel me? Because, you know, it's only practice for them. It's a game to everybody else, you feel me? But it's practice to them because when the first ancestors roll out their carpet, you feel me? It's not a restart, but it's the beginning of time. Because in the beginning of time, the ancestors did not land their life. The ancestors put the descendants there first, okay? So you know when you play a game and then a kid, the protagonist in the game is cold and out of nowhere evolves. You feel me? That's like calling it. That's what happened in life. Like the descendant evolved, and they called the ancestor. You feel me? And that's all that's been happening in the ancestor. Give a hospitality. And they just like, well, we waiting for that first ancestor. And it's just like, what? This descendant is cold as hell. What is you got your whole mind messed up. The ancestor's colder. What does that have to do with you being weak and not being able to deal with the descendants that are still coming? You feel me? If you talk about taking over the world, that's dumb to be like the ancestors coming and we're gonna be okay. No. So yeah, we talking about practice. So yeah, that's what happened. They didn't like, okay, you know what? I lost to this ancestor. I lost to this descendant. I might as well enjoy my life. You feel me? And then they have their kids. They go to school from the wealthy people, because people have ancestors and broke. You feel me? But the wealthy family that have ancestors, that have a public school, and they learn. You feel me? They might pay somebody to teach them. They teach them, and then for descendants coming on, they can go play basketball against them. You feel me? Football against them will be a thing. No, instead they go into it talking about stealing bodies and stuff like that, and they have to be ready for the strongest. Because if they're ready for the strongest, and it's like, yeah, you're right. Well, you have to look at the strongest of your generation. You haven't got even a stronger. So yeah. People be speaking slang about the Patriots. But yeah, so yeah, and you know, you know, yeah, and we talking about practice. So you feel me? I'm not thinking at all. You feel me? There's no gravity to my thoughts. That's how lethal I am, to show you how much I respect people that was in my shoes. Okay, I don't think, you feel me, because you feel me, it's simple math. You feel me? You know how you play a game and you put like an asterisk on something. You feel me? That's all I'm doing. You feel me? So you know, if I go into a mirage of, because you feel me, anybody looking at me would be like, that boy got the goddamn golden ticket and Willy Wonka's gonna give him the goddamn factory. You feel me? That's how I'm moving. So you know, that's how I move. I don't think so. If you hear any thoughts around me, you feel me, if someone assumes my attitude, if it sounds like I'm raising my voice, you know, that's, what is this? What is this? What is this? But yeah. Oh man, I'm cold. You feel me? That's why I be just saying I can live in the jungle. Like, I got this big task manager up. You feel me? You feel me? Just going through the task manager of, you know, of Brinks trucks. You feel me? I can't put a Brinks trucks through a goddamn. You feel me? We'll stop going at the Brinks trucks. I can go live in the jungle. I'm not attacking the Brinks trucks. Fuck you talking. I can walk around, because like I said, I just gotta get through this task manager. If I don't get through the task manager at a certain time, then you feel me, it's jungle time. You feel me, it's not a problem. You feel me? I'm answering this energy, but they won't let that shit go. Like I said, I'm coming with no gravity. You feel me? Like you feel me? Like, if you see gravity on me, it's the task manager from Brinks trucks, and you know, that's one of the Brinks trucks. I don't have to go into a branch. But you feel me? That's you feel me? Stereotypes in the atmosphere. That's all around me. And we talking about practice. You feel me? You trying to tell me this not stereotypes in practice? Because it's not gonna be in the game. Not a game. Because if we were talking about a game, we talking about practice now. We talking about how someone can pull up and leave, you feel me, without going through a door in practice. Doesn't exist. In practice. We talking about people going through the door to have symbolism in practice. Oh my God. We talking about niggas not knowing how to sense individuality in practice. You feel me? We talking about the world not being multidimensional in practice now. We talking about practice. That wasn't enough for practice. But we talking about I should be shy in practice. We talking about I shouldn't be mature enough to talk through certain things in practice. We talking about someone vibrating at this peak can smell like that in practice. We talking about someone hyperactive. Where most people know hyperactive people that control themselves get the scent of people following them. All but saying it's them in practice. But guess what? I'm going back, so I got this on this. I smell that nigga's whole molecules. I smell like what will build up. I smell like if we watch Shrek, and you know, every movie has its own trivia. That's why I brought up Hancock and because every movie has its own trivia. So, you know, if I watch Shrek we talking about practice, y'all. Not a game. You feel me? Practice. We talking about it should upset me that people ain't gonna stop in practice, but it hasn't upset me yet. You feel me? We talking about we can say authority isn't a real in practice. You feel me? You feel me? Authority don't do this in the game. You feel me? Check. You feel me? Check the time. You feel me? It's painful in the game, but in practice, because this is what happens. Okay, this is what happens. Number one prospects get endorsed. You feel me? Scouts, we talking about scouts not using clairvoyance and humidity surveillance in practice, okay? So, scouts go to LA Fitness via that date, okay? That date. But we talking about practice now, not a game. So, scouts, before a game starts, look for people, you feel me? Endorse them, ask them how they want. You know, if you like how 2K20 is now in Madden. You feel me? Like that. And you feel me? Like I was talking about, like with a SWAT or whoever endorsed military. When people start disrespecting, they should give them the common law how they would have respected the game if they didn't know about the power behind it. And you feel me? That's what gets people not be able to play games and stuff like that. And we talking about practice now. So once they get endorsed, and you feel me, the scouts see how much the kid holds on to ancient teachings. You feel me? So if I was a newborn but I was level 1 with ancient teaching, they would have gave me a whole stadium and stuff, like, because I'm that type of athlete, you feel me, and space and security. But since I'm at like level 99 ancient teaching, you feel me, I'm a scout my damn self, you feel me. Me moving around, they're like, okay, who we gonna get to play with, you feel me? Practice. I'm talking about practice. So you feel me? Scouts look at how people deal with the audience. You feel me? How people deal with losing a game. You feel me? How do people deal with people trying to throw the game in the time continuum of knowing that person's gonna be somebody. You feel me? In the no gravity that I'm going and people trying to blood clot me or some shit. So, you know, I guess, I don't know. We talking about practice. And, because, you know, I don't like this theme in the atmosphere. That shit weird. So, after the scout hits you up, you feel me? And like I said, if you're on some ancient teaching, then you might get a, you know, the movies that how they turn on the light and stuff like that. Something like that. You feel me? Something just to throw the ball around because your imagination is saturated and matured and like wine that it's the same thing as a level 1 person getting a chance to enjoy. You feel me? So, you know, players that played become like your coach, if not you're the coach. You feel me? You feel me? I can't talk for everybody, but yeah. And you feel me? So Michael Vick was a main person helping. Tom Brady and Michael Vick was the main people teaching and coaching people through, you feel me, trials and tribulation. You feel me? Because Tom Brady could have had a whole squad. You feel me? And Michael Vick didn't have to be that nice that they called him rude. So, you feel me? And, you feel me? Scouts do that. They tell you when your time will probably come up. And then people start trapping on you. You feel me? People start, you feel me? If you about to play this instant, they start trapping on you, talking about they want to be your friend, hey, and stuff like that. Just so they can build up clout of calling you stuck up. You feel me? Ultimatum, stuck up. And, you know, everybody's been under the cocoon of God, you feel me, quote unquote. That, you feel me, it's just we're not calling it games. The championships are real, you feel me? Even all the way to the covenant of the Code Red championships. Because, you feel me? But in the end, the only reason why the Code Red became a championship because people started practicing for God. You feel me? So it was like, wait a minute, if we could goddamn make it better in the Code Red, you feel me? Who won the championship in the Code Red? That's school. That's practice. You feel me? And we just been talking about practice ever since people started noticing the first ancestor that's going to come back. You feel me? And because he just been playing with the descendants, haven't played. You feel me? And that's where, you feel me, prospects come in, you feel me? That's what prospects have. So, you know, we started on like I said, not the millionth, not the billionth, not the zillionth, the goddamn 99.999 plus one, you feel me? So, you know, people became prospects in the world with that as a tribute to that prospect, you feel me? Like, you know how people like geniuses, you feel me? Or, you know, number 1 prospect, like, well, he's the ancestor of, you feel me? He's the something ancestor, you feel me? And, yeah. We talking about practice. Practice now. So, like I said, people get the analog and etc to that base, and the second ancestor is the last vibe of last party that people was like, I was there, was you there, and was getting held cool. Now it's like the second ancestor chill with the first ancestor. Wait, that's the second ancestor's mother. You feel me? So they're like, oh, the second ancestor's mother is about to goddamn come through. The mothers, you feel me? Because they could have been bald, but they chose to do their ancestral teaching of being twins. You feel me? Adam and Eve story. So, yeah. So everybody's like, oh, the second ancestor's about to come. Second ancestor's mother is about to come through. One's gonna be the running back. One's gonna be the quarterback. And they just keep talking about football, and I'm just like, there's many other things, but you know, we talking about practice, and yeah, because you know, once again, it's stereotype about a manual bookkeeping, about people that don't care. You feel me? They rather devastated, like Devil May Cry. You feel me? That's what the world's really in. The Devil May Cry. You know how they just had those things swirling around. The world's like in destruction. So it's like in Devil May Cry of cleaning up. And you know, the second ancestor was cold with it. And we talking about practice. It's all we talk. Everything that come out people's mouth that don't respect reality of other people being there before the ancestors really touched down, because it was a war for them, so they didn't end it wars. And that's what medieval is, the ending of war fast, and drop the descendants off at the castles and just stayed in the sky as a god and shit like that. We talking about practice. Cause you know, yeah, that is just amazing. It's not that in practice, okay. So yeah. So scouts would get some people, and prospects would work for other people, the next generation, the next ancestors coming, and yeah, they'll have the schedule when things is gonna be. People kind of get the glimpse of it, and then that's when they're going to do the sacrifice, attack, and ultimatum stuck up stuff. And we talking about practice. We talking about identity. This is my thing. They know I'm a great athlete. They saying that they stopped me from playing sports. I'm like, I must have not wanted it that bad. Oh, we talking about you feel me? So yeah. That's all I really wanted to say. We talking about practice. Not a game. Practice. Not a game that people get kicked out of. Authority has to even practice. So you feel me? So this is what, like I said, this is what happens. Prospects practice. People that played before the prospects get in their little gym. They field, they stadium. They throw the ball. And then, you know, clairvoyance ain't real. You feel me? But the second they hear some shit like kill yourself, authority swoops them in the audience and tells them you cannot do that. You feel me? Like, you cannot do that. Like, you can't. Don't do that. And then another person would be like, I mean, that's stupid. And they was trying to cover up that they was talking about. You feel me? Made it look like they was talking about the person that threatened them, but they was talking about the prospect. They swoop them in, then they swoop the net, and then all the people, and then it's the whole feel of the show. Like, you could have watched this kid play. You feel me? You could have even watched it on TV. You feel me? Because remember, we talking about practice now. When practice is over, people gonna get their charges of like I said, the virus type shit, no mercy. You feel me? You didn't talked this amount of time about this goddamn prospect. You feel me? If they was someone walking down the street, you will be charged the same way if you talk this much about someone that want their personal space. Them being a prospect does not change, you feel me, someone walking down the street and you stalking them. So you cannot come to the game. You do not have no respect, you feel me? You don't. You threaten this child's life more than 1 billion times. And you feel me, your FBI file is not even clear. So you can't come to the game. You can't talk about the game. You feel me? You need to just go to work or go home and maybe you can't talk about the game. So then, you know, when practice is over, the choppers is out because they just fouling all what they can never do for infinity and beyond, and they thinking they going crazy with it like it's the game, but we talking about practice. So the game starts, and people's like, man, and then they didn't take authority seriously, and then they vanished. Talking about some George Floyd. I was horrible. Yeah, you're right. Niggas, low-ranked niggas. But if it's charges, I'm not saying no one's right, okay? I'm not saying nobody's right, because we still talking about practice. So, you know, you have the people in uniform that need to be fired, and you got the people that don't respect in general, that don't even put on uniform knowing that shit. You feel me? You feel me? In the end, when practice is over, and you walking down the street, you feel me? You get what I'm saying? Everything on the news is practice. You feel me? Everything gets handled faster than that. I was saying, I forgot what I was talking about, but I was talking about like I was talking about the monetary system, about how people start being in deep monetary system, and how you get to the Federal Reserve Notes to talk just about common law again. You feel me? You feel me? So yeah, and you know, we talking about practice. I done said practice more than probably Allen Iverson. Goddamn. But yeah, that's what we talking about, and because, you know, authorities, like I said, their senses is more keen than these stereotypes. You feel me? Stuff like this doesn't slide. You feel me? If you a kind person, you get many opportunities. You might not want to be an athlete, but all kind people want to be athletes, and all jealous people want to copy kind people. So, you know, it's just a coincidence that all kind people want to be an athlete. But if you're a kind person, you're gonna get a lot of people that, you feel me, for clairvoyance and telepathy. Just like I say, like they'll go and be in practice, and and people are still leaving practice. You feel me? While some people is gone, they left practice and making the next prospects go inside the practice, and some people was like, you know, I want to be a prospect, and they're not really a prospect. They just mocking, but they in practice, and they're like, yeah, that's not right, and all this, and they're not really you feel me? But yeah, the prospects, and showing that no one, it's not like a favorite thing. You feel me? Even if someone has favorites, it's a business, and you feel me? That's how the cookie crumbles. That's how the world works. So you feel me? We still just talking about practice now. We talking about practice. We talking about everybody in their own campaigns on practice. You feel me? Everybody putting more weight on their shoulders and making it look like the stereotypes of clout in practice. So, you know, people, like I said, people just can't wait to talk shit. You feel me? But they was talking shit in practice, you feel me? So, you know, I'm not trying to talk about, like, if someone talks shit, then they gonna get a beam on them. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if you got told that you was one of the stalkers from anybody in the community, you cannot threaten them. You feel me? How badly this has been going on, because it's just like people want their kids exactly how they left them. They don't want their kids happen to move to the left because someone stinks. You feel me? So, you know, if people try to throw stink bombs, or they scent, or try to be around someone and they stink, and they got labeled as a stalker in practice, they're going to cease to exist. You feel me? Or they're going to be arrested. But you feel me? If they've been arrested before, they heard all, they're going to cease to exist, go into a military seminar, talk about you can't come back to next eternity. And then they're going to come back to next eternity and talk about, I want to time travel to when I died. I think I deserve it. You feel me? I need to treat myself. I've been a good person. Go there, do the same shit. And we talking about practice now. We not a game where it's going to be locked up. You feel me? We talking about practice. And you feel, that's all I really want to elaborate on. You feel me? Because, you know, I'm not someone to be like, hey, listen to me. But, you know, if I come with the greatest advice, you feel me, I'm not going to tell someone not to listen to me. You feel me? That's dumb. You feel me? I'm going to tell them to listen to the greatest advice. You feel me? And, you know, people be like, they always listen to you, so they just said you always give the greatest advice.